Namaste. Always remember that in astrology, it is not that just one bad planet mahadasha or one bad transit can cause much pain in your life. It is always a combination. For example, you are running through Rahu mahadasha and at the same time you are also running through Shani Sadesati, and at the same time there are some bad transits also. Then you are caught. So you see, it is a trap, and trap is always when there is a combination of 1, 2, 3 or maybe 4 bad circumstances or bad planetary overall placements or transits. So what I am trying to explain is that it is always a combination of planets and planetary moments that eventually lead to a certain bad or good situation. As I always say, that life is multidimensional. Similarly, astrology is also multidimensional. So if you are running through Rahu Mahadasha, it is not that the whole 18 years will be bad. But whenever there is a bad transit, whenever there is a Shani Sadesati, whenever there is a Ashtam Shani or similar kind of transits or placements, at that point of time you will experience difficulties. So it's a combination. And similarly, in horoscope also, it is not just one house, it is a combination of houses that eventually lead to a certain situation. So this is the last part of Kendra Trikona houses. So in this last part, you will learn more about the actual essence of every house and how it is connected to each other. So let's begin. One day, Mohan asked, in the birth chart, which house you consider as the most significant house? I said to Mohan, your question is like asking which organ of your body is significant. In reality, every organ of the human body is significant. Each organ functions by the support of other organ. Similarly, each house in the birth chart is significant, since each house operates based on the support of other houses. The first house is your swabhav, that is your self nature. The second house is your values. Only when you have values that the money you earn is used for a good cause. The third house is your efforts. Only through efforts you can do something great. The fourth house is your innermost being. Only when the inner being is purified that you can find peace, happiness in life. Fourth house therefore signify happiness. The fifth house is your intelligence, and intelligence is gained through good karma, through meditation, through chanting the name of the Holy Lord. Fifth house therefore is connected with penance, that is sadhana, worship, that is bhakti, and love, that is prem. The sixth house is your strength to fight back and defeat the temptations. Always remember, the enemy on the outside is less dangerous than your own temptations. Mars, Ketu and Sun therefore do well in the sixth house, because to fight like a warrior you need male dominance, which Mars and Sun provides, as well as you need to have a certain madness, because only then you can fight like a true warrior. This madness, this going beyond the mind comes through Ketu. And so sixth house is significant considering the fact that only a fighter wins. It is not important whether you win or lose. What is important is that you fight till the last breath of your life. And that is being a true warrior. The seventh house is your dealings with others. And the most significant other person in your life is your partner, marriage partner or sexual partner. The seventh is how world, that is the others, perceive you. There are men and women who attract others very easily. This power of attraction is in the seventh house. Whenever a person has a moon in the seventh house, he or she definitely attracts the opposite sex. They often enjoy many relationships, sexual or love affairs. Whenever Rahu is in the seventh house, the person is very easily distracted towards others. They are the ones who love to gossip about others. The marriage partner or sexual partner is Rahuish by nature. And it is very obvious that these men and women are always in the tight grip of their marriage partner. The eighth house is the dark world within you. Each one of us carry a dark world within us which we are not fully aware of. The secret of our existence, the root of our birth, the purpose of our life is what the eighth house stands for. It is the most significant house in astrology, my fellows, since it holds much depth and many secrets within its abode. Gupta Dhan or secret treasure is always found through the eighth house. Now it is a different subject that what seems to be a treasure for you may not be a treasure for me. Money, gold may be your idea of treasure, whereas for an evolved soul, wisdom, self-realization is what treasure is. So it all depends on the level of the soul, and the level of the soul is based on its level of consciousness. The ninth house is the house where you exhibit wisdom. Eighth house is the source of wisdom. Ninth house is where your wisdom is showcased. It is just the way a raw diamond is mined from the mines. Eighth house. And then the same raw diamond is polished, treated, and then displayed in a nice air-conditioned showroom. That is the ninth house. People then start believing that diamond is available only in the air-conditioned showrooms. They miss to realize the fact that the real source of this diamond is the mines, the eighth house. The 10th house signifies the height, the status that you may attain in your life. 10th house is the sum of your 2nd and 6th house. Mohan asked, how? Because the 2nd house is your values, ethics, principles, and 6th house is your quality of service. How devoted you are to serve. When both 2nd and 6th house qualities are in harmony, the 10th is bound to pass with good marks. That is why your status and your standing in the society is purely based on your values, that is the 2nd house, and your service, 6th house, to the society or people in general. The 11th house is the culmination point of your desires. It is here that your desires are fulfilled. But how desires are fulfilled? Only when you take efforts, that is 3rd house. and you network with more people, you communicate effectively and establish good relations with people, which is your seventh house. So you see, 11th house gets good marks only when your third and seventh house is strong and supportive. The 12th house is the beyond. It is the abode of Shiva, the place of Buddha. Now, if you are an utterly disgusting individual, many of them that I come across who simply comment to hurt me, such disgusting individuals will only find the 12th house the most painful house. And many may also get imprisoned, but those beautiful souls, those beautiful individuals who are meditative, who are turning inwards, who are taking efforts towards their self growth, to such individuals, the 12th house becomes a great rejuvenating place to be. 12th house gets its marks based on the state and level of your 4th and 8th house. Always remember, for spiritual progress, the 4th, 8th, and 12th house is of immense significance. So, this is how the whole story of Kendra and Trikona houses. It is a deep subject. Maybe it is so deep and so interesting that a whole book can be written or a whole series of episodes can be made sitting before a camera. For now, this is enough. Maybe someday I will elaborate more on this wonderful subject of Kendra and Trikona houses. But through this video, through this podcast, I have just given you the essence of it. Always remember, negative people are many, but among these negative, idiotic people, we must find the good ones, the beautiful souls. One day, Yukteswar Giri, the guru of Paramahansa Yogananda, said to Mahavatar Babaji, there are many fake people in this Kumbh Mela, and so I hesitate to visit the Kumbh Mela. To this, the great, benevolent, compassionate Divine Master, Mahavatar Babaji, said, this human world is a mixture of salt and sugar. One must pick the sugar and leave the salt aside. The message was very clear that though there are many fake saints in the Kumbh Mela or in this human world in general, still you should consciously share and help those who are worthy of your sharing, who are sugar and not salt. In this vast human world of fake fellows, there are very few good, authentic beings in this human world. And they are thirsty, they are longing, they are waiting, they are the real seekers, and they must not be ignored. They should be nurtured. My sharing is only for those who have a certain depth of understanding. My videos or my blogs are only for them. The rest can ignore. For I am perfectly aware that only those will come who are true to themselves, who are the future Buddhas. Always remember, there have been many Buddhas before me, and there will be many Buddhas in the future, says Gautam Buddha. So, take the effort, and I say it only for my close followers, only for those meditative beings that don't give up. Take the efforts, be consistent in your meditation, and remember to meditate every day. Love to all my listeners. Jai Sri Ganesha, Jai Guru. ओम गम गणपतये नमः। ओम गम गणपतये नमः। ओम गम गणपतये नमः।